It's the early way, yeah. 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 What's up? I'm Early Earl. Thank y'all for hitting these YouTube streets and coming on down to the early way. I'm coming at y'all with another Reddit Out Loud, and this is where we pull stories and questions from Reddit.com. We read them aloud, we give our opinions, we give our advice, and we just laugh at them because some of these stories crazy as hell. Y'all tune in with me. And we have our first Reddit Out Loud, and it says, my boyfriend is always on his phone being secretive. About what? Let's see. I'm in a bit of a situation. My boyfriend and I have been very happy for the past years. We live together and spend most of our free time around each other and talking once me or he gets back home. But for the past weeks, instead of actually spending time with me and paying attention to what I'm saying, he's always on his phone. I see him typing and scrolling. Sometimes he doesn't even try to hide he's not paying attention. When I complain, he puts the phone down. I tried asking him questions, but he refuses to tell me anything about it. He's never talking to anyone. He's never doing anything. Sometimes he says it's work related, but he always does his work on the computer, not the phone. Our 3 years anniversary is approaching and he barely talks to me about it. But the last 2 years, we always made special plans enthusiastically. Now he says, let's see, calm down. It's a bit early to talk about that, and we can plan something later. Everything else seems normal, except the fact we hang out less because he has his eyes stuck on that damn screen. He also seems to be putting extra hours more often than before. I don't know if he's avoiding me or what. We're not tight on money. I don't know what to think or to do. I've been considering checking out what he's doing in secret, but I hate the idea of snooping around like that, especially since it's the first time he ever acted even slightly sketchy. Should I go through his phone in secret just to figure out what he's doing? Should I confront him more firmly? We never had big arguments. I think if you're feeling the way, go through the phone. You say you already asked him and he don't say the truth. Go through the phone and see for yourself what he's doing and who he's talking to. That's the only way you're going to find the truth. That's the only way he's going to be honest if you go through the phone. That's what I think. And if, you don't feel like doing that and you think that's a bad thing about it, ask him who he's talking to again. And once he tells you he's talking to nobody, you just got to believe it. That's what I think about that. Next! And our next Reddit Out Loud says, am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend I'm sick of hearing her gossip? Well, let's see. So I've been with my girlfriend for 4 years. She's super lovely, but she has, in my opinion, a character flaw where she just can't stay out of other people's business. So she knows it. She is always on social media, giving comments about people we barely know. She is really into celebrity gossip and will always be telling me about stuff going on with celebrities who I haven't even heard of half of the time. And without fail, almost every day when she gets off work, she'll tell me a long story about people from work I haven't met that literally don't even involve her. So yesterday, I was playing on my PlayStation when she accidentally caught her leg on the charging cord and it slammed the PS5 onto the ground. It broke it. Now it was an accident that could have happened to anyone, so I wasn't mad at her about it, but was upset about the situation. So I called a repair shop and we got in the car to take it. So she broke the PS5 and y'all went to repair it. On the drive there, she started telling me how a woman from work is pregnant but still smokes and calling her nasty words, and I just can't take it at that moment and just straight up told her I don't care. She was taken aback, then said she already apologized about the PlayStation, and I was like, no, this has nothing to do with the PlayStation. You just never shut up about other people's business, and I'm sick of hearing about it. She get pissed and brought up how I talk about stuff that she doesn't care about, but she listened. I told her there's a difference between the small talk we make that isn't the most interesting and you always talking about negative or gossiping about people. I said I'm tired of it and she has nothing nice to say. Don't say anything at all because it makes her look bad. She said it's just a woman thing and if I'm going to be with a woman, I have to get used to it. I said it wasn't a woman thing. It's a negative woman thing and an awful habit she picked up growing up. The fuck? She's been pissed at me since and hasn't really talked much. Was I wrong to tell her that? Yes, you was. You were very wrong. I may have said it because I was already in a bad mood, but it is something that has been grinding on me for a long time. You is the asshole for telling your girlfriend you sick of hearing her gossip. Just listen. Just listen to it. Obviously, y'all ain't talking about nothing else, and she figure like this a form of y'all, communicating, staying together, having y'all little quality time. What else y'all talking about? You on the game all the time, apparently. So bad that if it's broke, you quickly go into the repair shop to fix it. So you always on the PS. So what? While you playing the game, you can be listening to it. Why does it bother you so much or what she talking about? Just listen to what she got to say. Nod and agree. It's just that simple. The fuck? Next! And our next read it out loud says, me and my wife were robbed while we were out on a date. My wife is mad I didn't stand up for her. Am I the asshole for not risking our lives over our wallets? Well, let's see. Me and my wife were out on the town for a date night. We don't get to go out often. Everything was fine, had a few drinks, and finally decided to walk home. We only live a few blocks from the restaurant we were at and never had any issues in the past. Live in a somewhat nice upper middle class area. We decided to cut through the park and have a nice romantic walk at night. Well, shortly after we get approached by two guys who present what we believe are guns demanding our phone and wallet. We are totally caught by surprise and freaked out, so we hand everything over. They get more elevated and tell us to take off our shit. Now I'm starting to panic, obviously, but what the hell am I going to do against a gun? Long story short, I looked at my wife and started to take off my shirt. She hesitates, but does the same. Eventually, me and my wife end up in nothing but our underwear as they take off. So they strip y'all down, took everything, and hauled ass, leaving y'all naked and afraid. It ain't funny, but goddamn. We eventually flag down a car and get them to call the police. They give us something to cover up and file a report. The cop is cold and really seems not to care. We assume nothing will come from it. Well, the next day, my wife refuses to talk about it. Obviously, she's upset and I want to give her space, but today she confronts me fuming that I didn't protect her. It explodes into a big fight, but what am I supposed to do? Fight two armed men to save us from walking down the street in our underwear and losing some cash? We cancel our cars fairly quickly. I really have no idea what else she expected me to do. They didn't touch us or physically hurt us in any way. Am I the asshole? No, you're not the asshole. Your wife wanted you to jump in front of a bullet for her. She wanted you to, go superhero on their ass and start fighting. That's what she wanted. And you took the option of, to live or to die, and you picked to live. So you complied with the robbers. You did what they asked. And y'all end up, leaving safely. I see nothing wrong with how you handled the situation. Just explain to your wife that y'all both are alive today because of the decisions y'all made that night. And let that go. She gonna be upset, let her be upset. Would she have fought for you and jumped in front of a bullet for you if the tables was turned? No, tell her to cut that shit out. Y'all alive right now. Be happy, be grateful. The fuck she right here mad for? Next! And we have our last read it out loud. And it says, I kicked my husband out after finding out he was trying to cheat with our daughter's best friend. Am I wrong? Hell no, you're not wrong. Just off the title question, you are not wrong. Kick his ass out. The fuck? Let's get into it. I have been married to my husband, Joshua, for 15 years. Pause. And y'all been married for 15 years? And he trying to fuck around with y'all daughter's best friend? The fuck? We also have a daughter, Dia, and her best friend is a girl named Aaliyah, whose parents we're also close with. Some relevant context is that I'm Indian and Aaliyah's parents are too. Joshua is white. I will send screenshots of deeply inappropriate texts from Aaliyah's dad that were sent from Joshua to Aaliyah. They were dated back to January. My husband was coming on to Aaliyah and venting to her. She kept telling him to cut it out. She wasn't interested and threatened to tell me what he was doing and saying unless he didn't stop texting her, which my husband did. In those texts, there were some truly disgusting things said about both Dia and I's skin color. Joshua said that he wished both me and our daughter were light-skinned like Aaliyah so we weren't such embarrassment to bring around his family and co-workers. Pause for a second. Pause. Your white husband said to your daughter's best friend that he wished y'all was lighter so y'all won't be such embarrassments to bring around his family and co-workers. Fuck his family and fuck them co-workers. What the fuck wrong with Joshua's white ass? Calm that shit down. Yep, you right. Kick his ass out. Kick his ass out. Joshua even went so far to say that he wished he could divorce me and marry someone like Aaliyah to try again at a blended family. Oh no, divorce his ass. Don't just kick his ass out. Divorce him before he divorces you. The fuck going on with Joshua? Aaliyah's dad said that he wanted to kill my husband, and I don't blame him. But he would wait for me to confront him before doing anything. I was disgusted and horrified at what those texts said, but held out the tiniest amount of hope that maybe they were fake. So I waited for Joshua to get home. Fuck Joshua. He didn't even bother to deny it when I showed the text to him. He just begged for me to forgive him, saying that it was a stressful time in his life. He didn't know what he was doing, and he hasn't tried anything with Aaliyah or anyone else since. I just told him to get out of my sight, and I didn't want to see him for the time being. My husband seemed disappointed, but packed a bag before leaving for my mother-in-law's house. That was 2 days ago, and I haven't spoken to anyone except my daughter and mother-in-law. I haven't told Dia what happened. Instead, just told her that Joshua and I had a fight. So her dad is staying elsewhere for a while. Joshua has to try to contact me for asking me when he could come back home, which I didn't respond to. My mother-in-law is begging for me to accept my husband back so we can talk it out and move past it. She said that I shouldn't throw away 15 years of marriage over a few texts. It wasn't just a few texts. He actually cheated on her. That was a form of cheating. It wasn't no just text messages. So mother-in-law, you shut the fuck up. And I distanced myself from her ass too. Goodbye. I don't know what to do. I'm still having trouble facing that my husband would do something like this, and my mother-in-law is making me feel guilty for kicking him out. Fuck his mama. Fuck his mama. The fuck going on over there? He basically said he want to start over because you're not his preference. You're not what he's looking for. He's going to cheat on you again. Kick his ass out. Let him stay out. You is not wrong. Fuck Joshua white ass and fuck his mama too. That's just how I feel about that one. How you going to tell another woman that you want to divorce your wife and start over with a blended family because you like her skin color? And she actually reading these text messages that you sent, and your mama talking about they just text messages. If they just text messages, let her just text message somebody else the same thing. That she wish Joshua was black. What if she just say that? She wish Joshua was a black man. What would his mama say then? I don't understand. This shit done got me hot. Next, it's over. I'm done. And that was it for Reddit Out Loud. I do thank y'all for tuning in, and until next time, this shit don't make no sense.